Hey guys, it's Max Convexity. This will be an option basic course, another one. All right, I did this at about 2:45. I was making another video and saw this happen in real time and made the trade, but then I haven't had time to come on and do a video about it until now. Plus, it's just a paper trade, so it doesn't matter. Right now in the options basic course, we're working on buying calls and buying puts. But I'm also trying to show just some basic setups that I like to use in the indexes. As everyone knows, I'm in love with the indexes. So the other day we tried to trade on the triple Qs, and actually the market went down and we doubled our money and we took the money off the table, and then we rolled to an option further down, and that option lost money. So we're at break even on our index trades, our index buys. But I'm going to have a spreadsheet made by tomorrow. I'm also keep track of it in here. Let's see, view save trades. You can go here to expired or closed. We bought this one right here. We bought this 426 long put for like 80 bucks or something, and we made 102. So we took that $102 and then spent $110 buying this one. Anyway, we made 102, lost 110. We didn't get the 2 or 3 day continuation we were looking for, and our option expired the day before the market flushed. Look at this. I wanted to teach options, just how to buy and sell them and how intrinsic and extrinsic works and time value, but you have to have some idea when you're buying and selling options, or some strategy you use to try to pick direction, because that's important when you're buying and selling options. Soon we're going to get into selling spreads, and it'll be a little different technique because you just have to know which way the market's not going to go. When you buy an option, you're looking for an outsized move in that direction. The move has to be bigger than the market maker expects, because he's going to price the option at such a point where he thinks it's fair for him, not for you. So anyway, right here on this day, almost at the top is where we bought that first 426 put. The next day it fell down to here. We sold, got our money out of it, and then bought another one down here, but it expired, I think it expired Tuesday. Anyway, so it expired worthless. Well, if we would have bought one more day, if we would have done it for Wednesday, we would have caught yesterday's flush too. Anyway, it did not happen. So be that as it may, here's one little timing thing I like to look at, and I've mentioned it before. I like momentum trades, and I like to try to catch the way the market's going and try to play a little momentum. If there's I learned this from a hedge fund guy on Twitter, but he's really smart. I like him a lot. He talks about the Bollinger Band using the 1.6 standard deviation. So these aren't regular Bollinger Bands. Regular Bollinger Bands are the 2 standard deviation. Let me show you this. I think this is kind of interesting. Here's a regular Bollinger Band. He says if you can get a close on whatever time frame you're trading, he was talking about daily, but it can go down to lesser time frames. If you can close a bar outside, I'm trading the 30-minute for the purpose of this option trading class. If you can get a close outside of the Bollinger Band, you can take that as a momentum signal that is going to continue that way. So look right here. This one is a prime example. Even though it retraced a little bit, until you get a close the other way out of the Bollinger Band, you just stay long. So this would be a go long signal, and then your go short signal would be up here, or your cover, whatever. But they don't always work out. And sometimes, and it could be on both sides. You can get a close, on the downside of the Bollinger Band outside, and so that would be a sell signal. It didn't work out. That one did not work out. Neither did this one. Those are called bear traps. That's what I call them. And lots of times the sell signals don't work when you're in an uptrending market like we are right now. So you want to pay more attention to the buy signals. Yesterday I thought about taking that as a sell signal, but sure enough, even though it went down pretty good, I think that turned out to be a bear trap. I'm looking for a 3 or 4 or 5 day move, and you guys will understand why, because buying options is not just knowing about how to buy an option, it's also how you manage them. And the managing is the most important part, and I have a few cool tricks that I want to show you guys. but we need a multi-day move to do it. Anyway, so I'm going to take this right here and hope this is like that, more so than like this. Here's an example right there. You know, that was a momentum buy signal. Didn't work out. It was a bull trap. And they happen sometimes. But anyway, I'm going to say that this one right here is going to be more like this one and less like this one. But we'll see. I have no idea. Do not make this trade in real life with real money. We're going to do this, like I always remind everyone, for 6 months. And if we can turn a profit on paper, then we'll start doing it with Max's real money towards the end of the year. I like to trade in October anyway. October's a great month. Market moves around a bunch. And December's a great month too. Try to catch the Santa Claus rally. All right, look at December of this year. My Lord, that was crazy, wasn't it? All right, so anyway, so that's our signal. That's what we're doing. But as far as the option itself, we're going to go over here to our call option spreadsheet. I've already loaded it up. Let's see, the symbol is SPY. All right, SPY closed at 489.22. I'm just going to say we bought this on the close. The strike price, let's look right here in the option. Let's see, active. Look how much this darn TLT position's making for TRES, the Defiance Fund. I'm tracking their position. My goodness. And we still have a Tesla put that's still alive that's making money. You know, it's just a hedge or whatever. But anyway, so we made some good trades in this option class. Also, we had 5 Tesla puts and we sold 2 of them for a big profit. And we took some money off the table. Watch this. The Tesla close. Well, I thought we did. Maybe I'm having a... I could have sworn we did. We had 5 and I sold 2. I don't know why it's not on here. Maybe in case, unless the whole position's closed, it's not on there. Anyway, let's look at this though. So, all right, active. So this one right here, it's the 493. And I chose the expiration. I chose Monday, not tomorrow. It's just so risky to give yourself. I just want to give myself an extra day. I was tempted to just go by tomorrow because lots of times it'll close up at the high of the week on a Friday. Fridays are bullish lots of times. I really think this will pan out by tomorrow, but just in case, I bought an extra day. All right, so it cost $1.17 or $1.19. We'll just say we get the ask because that's more fair. So $1.19. Strike price $4.95. So the break even, of course, is $4.95 plus $1.19, right? We're going to buy 2 contracts, but that doesn't affect the break even. The break even's just the price you pay plus the strike price. The break even's $4.96. So we're looking, I'd like to see a nice round number of 500. And if we can get this thing to go 500, well, let's look at this first. Okay, when we buy it for $119, that's all extrinsic premium because it's out of the money. The market's trading at $489, and we buy a $490. Was it a $495? It's pretty far out of the money. No, it's a $493. It is a $493. I wrote the wrong number here, and that's a better $495 would be too far out of the money. We bought the $493, right? All right, break even's $494.19. So if we do get a ramp tomorrow and into Monday or something and could see 500 or something, that would mean the option would be worth, it's not worth extrinsic. The extrinsic always goes to 0. That's why people like to sell options because they capture that extrinsic income. But the intrinsic is just whatever the strike price is minus the price where it ends up. So if you could get it to go to 500, the ending intrinsic would be, I think this is wrong. Ignore that number. It would intrinsically, if it's 493 and it goes to 500, it's worth 7. That whole thing is extrinsic, or is intrinsic. Anyway, it of course is 0 extrinsic, but you would have 7 intrinsic. So the option would be worth 7. Paid $1.19 for it, so it'd be a nice 5-point profit, nearly 6-point profit. Now we have 2 contracts, so it'd be $1,100, 400%. I'm going to look at this formula on the ending intrinsic. I have no idea why it's doing that. I'll have that fixed by next time, I promise. All right, so let's just see how we do on this. And okay, now we always talk about an exit plan. Whenever you should buy an option, you should have an exit plan. I always just buy cheap options, and if it goes against me, I just let the darn thing go to zero. That my stop loss is 119 bucks per option. It's the cost of the option. That's the way I look at it. So if it goes down or whatever, we're prepared to lose that much. However, if we get a pop and it goes up tomorrow, and I can get the option to be worth maybe $2 or $2.19, if I can make $100 somehow per contract, then what I'll do is I'll probably sell one contract. If I can double my money, I can sell one contract and have the other contract and just leave it open for free. And then if we get or it won't be any risk, and we can maybe get a move into Monday, maybe it'll go to 505 or something. Probably not, but anyway, that's what you're hoping for when you play these momentum trades, and they were working great in December. You have to have momentum to play momentum. Anyway, guys, I appreciate your time. And I promise we're going to get into selling spreads. And selling spreads is not as fun because you can't make unlimited upside. It's just not as fun as just buying calls and buying puts. But it's a lot more reliable form of income. And that's the way the channel's going. It just hasn't got there yet. So I will fix this ending intrinsic. And I'll be back tomorrow, especially if we get depending on what the market does, we'll have another update tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so we'll kind of have an end of week wrap up, and we'll look at our trades, and we'll look at the spreadsheet and stuff. All right, guys, I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.